Yesterday, which would have been day 5, I think I'm on day 6. I don't know, I'm either day 6 or day 7, but it doesn't really matter. I'll call it day 6. So yesterday, which I think was day 5, I really craved, I think, cooked food. And even this morning, like, my housemates cooked eggs, and I was like, oh god, I really want that. But then I sniff it and it's not right, and then then they left, and and I sort of sneakily went to the bread bin and picked up the bread and sniffed it, and it's like, no, I don't want that, even though it looked good and I wanted it. When I looked at it with my eyes told me I wanted it. When I sniffed it, I didn't like it. So I'm enjoying the sniff test, because in a way there's this sort of like link between, especially off, and I'll say this, oh yeah, this is one of the things that I experienced. God, this blew me away, actually. Like I've mentioned in my other blog, I have been a voracious carnivore my entire life. I mean, I would walk into a butcher's and I would actually start salivating looking at raw meat. That's how much I was, like, totally into the meat, and I remember just before because I started going raw gradually and started involving a lot of green smoothies into my diet, and kind of came off meat really, but ate cooked other food, like cheese and bread and butter and stuff like that, and coffee. But I walked into a butcher's the day before I went 100% raw, and I think that's what's actually made me go 100% raw. Is I went to a butcher's, and in my mind the story was, oh, I'm gonna go 100% soon, so I'll get myself a really nice steak and really enjoy that. And I got to the butcher's and I was just confronted by this sort of smell, and I couldn't figure it out, because it was the same butcher's. I'd been there like 100 times, never felt anything like disgust or aversion. In fact, I was rubbing my hands with joy at like what nice bit of meat I was going to get in there, and I had a completely different experience, which really freaked me out, because I wasn't under the impression that things could smell completely differently. Like, yeah, anyway, it smelled like dead animals, or like a mortuary, or yeah, even looking at the meat, I don't know, man, it was weird. Like I was a different person. Like I was some sort of, like, I felt like I was one of those sort of ethical vegetarians or something. Anyway, I'm not making a slant on anyone. I really was comfortable with meat, and then I had a very visceral physical experience around it. So this is something that happened for me around consuming so much green. I'm not saying necessarily this will happen for everyone. I'm sure, in fact I'm aware there's people out there who are raw meat eaters, and that's great. I did try that. I think on my 3rd day of being raw, I just wanted to be really completely 100% balanced about my view, and so I went and got this really expensive piece of organic grass-fed hung tender fillet beef thing, and it was a really tiny bit, and it was like £2.60 for, like, I think it was 50 grams, and I chopped it up really tiny and mixed it with a little bit of olive oil and lemon juice and salt and pepper, like this recipe I saw on a raw thing somewhere. And I tried eating it, and I managed to get through about 1/3 of it, and it wasn't like disgusting so that it would make me throw up. It was just weird, and yeah, I didn't really want it. I didn't really want it, and I didn't really like it, and it looked too much like chopped corpse. And that is very weird. If, like, the people who know me would tell you how strange it is to hear that coming from my lips. But it looked like chopped corpse, and I wasn't interested. And, yeah, I just left it for one of my housemates who really loved it. And, yeah, so that's me. That was my kind of nail in the coffin for meat right now, to be honest. I tried that. I thought, okay, I'll give raw meat a go, and didn't work, didn't want it. Yeah, so anyway, I've been sniffing around, trying to find out what it is that I'm craving, and I'm not sure what it is right now. I tried making some raw hummus, and there was this recipe online where it was a raw hummus recipe, and it said you have to throw it into boiling water for like under a minute and then take it out and cool it down, and that's important. And I made it, and it's nice, but to be honest, because I put it in the boiling water, I ended up feeling a little bit like, well, is this really raw? And I'm actually going to try making it again today without throwing the sprouted chickpeas in hot water, because I'm wondering whether the hell that is important at all. I don't know. Maybe it will taste really poo-poo, I don't know. But actually I didn't, because I did taste one before and after I put them in hot water, and it did become a little bit more nutty after that. And if any of you who are watching this know whether chickpeas are still raw after throwing them in hot water and pulling them out, please let me know, because it really put my mind at rest, because I'm a little bit worried that somehow I'm not 100% raw right now, because I've had a little bit of raw hummus which isn't really raw. Yeah, been eating nuts and dates and stuff like that, and fruits and vegetables, and that's about it. And I don't have a dehydrator, so I haven't been able to have all those lovely sort of crackery type things. And I don't like raw cocoa that much. I've really tried to have it in all sorts of different ways and don't like it. One thing I really did like, and last night it really saved me because I was having one of these weird food pangs that could literally throw me off, and I mixed some raw honey with some raw tahini, and it didn't look anything like it, but it tasted just like halva, and that was delicious, and I really enjoyed that. And I don't know whether I'm losing any weight at all. I haven't weighed myself, so I don't know. But I feel lighter, and I exercise a little bit every day, and I'm about to go swimming after I do this. So yeah, that's me for today, really. And I look forward to making another blog soon. Thank you for listening.